Hi, I'm Sean Medley at Southaven RV and Marine. This is the Riverstone Legacy. I'm going to show you some features and benefits about it here. This is the Air Ride pin box. Now this is an adjustable air suspension on here, this airbag. This thing weighs 16,000 pounds just like it is now. You can imagine how heavy it is once you get it loaded up. So you want to be able to adjust this to make it a softer or a firmer ride depending on the conditions that you're pulling it in. Now, as you see here, it's prepped for a generator, which is great if you're going to do some full timing, if you want to be able to run your refrigerator and all that while you're going down the road, or the AC units, that'll keep it cool, so it'll be nice and cool when you get to the campground where you're going. And you can see this door. This is super solid, very well insulated. Here we've got 2 speakers for outside entertainment, and you can see your side camera here. So this is part of the camera system on the coach itself. You have 2 side cameras and 1 backup camera that comes with it, and then you have a monitor that goes up in your tow vehicle so that you can see what's going on beside you, see if you passed a vehicle, make sure you're clear when you're backing up with the 5th wheel and not going to hit anything. It comes in really handy. So as far as our outside area goes here, we have 2 awnings. Both these are electric. Both are covered with an aluminum protective shield on it. Really nice to keep UV damage from happening to your fabric up there. And if a limb hit it or something, that'll protect it as well. Over here in your storage area, so huge storage area all the way across. I like how they've got it coated with this rubber membrane. It's also got a texture to it to keep things from slipping back and forth. And then they throw in this nice refrigerator. It's nice to be able to get a beverage without having to go all the way back in the coach to get one. All right, we also have bigger tanks than normal. Right here in the LP system, these are 40-pounders. So these tend to go a little bit longer than your 30-pound tanks. And of course, it's got the auto changeover here. So if one of them runs out, it'll automatically switch over to the other one as long as you got both valves on. But this will allow you to go longer instances, longer times before you have to change out your bottle and get it refilled. Nice thing to have. Over here, the things I want to show you is this door. Now, of course, this is a regular screen door. You've seen them, dozens of them. But the nice thing is they go ahead and put this membrane on here that's puncture resistant. So it's more of a 3-season type setup here. It gives you a little bit of insulation on a cooler or warmer day to keep the air conditioning inside or the heat. And then you can remove this panel and it's a regular screen door. I also like the fact that they insulate this door really well and there's no window in it. I mean, when you're full timing, you want it to be as warm or cool inside as you can. You don't want one of those windows where the light comes in on your guest as soon as the sun comes up in the morning. We've also got the solid steps over here. Now, the nice thing about this, I wish they'd had these years ago, the fact it contacts the ground, and that way you don't get that bounce going in and out of the coach. You're not transferring the weight onto the coach, it's actually on the ground, and these legs are adjustable. And of course, you can lift it up, lock it in place whenever you're going to go on a camping trip, and it rides really well in there. This also has a spring mechanism right here that makes it easy to pick it up. So one hand, no problem. You don't have to pick up the weight of the actual steps. It makes it very easy to set up for camping and lock it up when you get ready to go. All right, we'll go back here now. All right, located behind this door, we've got a nice TV here. It's on an arm where you can tilt it out wherever you need to, whatever direction you want to point it in. Give you that extra bit of entertainment out here on the patio. And it's right underneath this awning, which is located on the slide out. So it's at a lower position. This is going to give you a little bit more shade, a little bit more protection from the light, rain, that kind of thing if you want to enjoy sitting here. A lot of times if you have a slide on your patio side, it gets in the way of your patio area. And here you've got the awning here, and you've got one up front as well, so the whole side of the coach winds up being your patio. All right, back here we have the backup camera located up top. And like I was talking about earlier, as part of the camera system, you've got the side cameras, backup camera, all safety features here that is really nice. You got the monitor that goes up in your truck so you can make sure you pass the vehicle. You've got nothing behind you when you're backing up in your camping spot. That's wonderful, As far as the back goes, this is a molded fiberglass cap. It's what you'd expect at this level. But I mean, compared to something that has a regular cap on the back like that versus this is gel coated. It's easy to keep clean. It's also gel coated on the front. So if we get ready to wash all those bugs off and everything, it's very easy to do. It's a better look, and of course it's well insulated behind here as well. You've got your ladder to get on the roof, do your maintenance, and then you've also got this small hitch. And this is great for a bike rack, something like a storage carrier, something like that. You know, if you're going to put a grill back here, a storage container, that kind of thing. So some nice features on the back of the coach. Now we'll move down the side over here. All right, and back here, we've got a nice little storage area. This is the water supply that is for the refrigerator. Now you're going to winterize it. You want to be able to cut that off, and that way you don't have water in this line where it can freeze up and bust and cause a problem with your ice making system that's on the refrigerator. But it does give you a nice little storage area on top of that as well. And right here we've got a 50 amp cord. This is on a cord reel behind this door. It's electric, so it'll easily pull this cord back in, which is really nice in the wintertime. These lines tend to get really solid and hard to maneuver during the wintertime when it's cold. And so it's nice to have an electric unit on there to bring this cord back into the unit for storage. Nice little plus there. I love the magnets too. These hold these up. And instead of those plastic clips that would break off over time, the sun would get to them, you've got magnets to hold all these doors open and make it easy to leave it open while you're trying to get things in and out. Here, nice little garbage can. And I like where it's located because your kitchen counter is right on the other side of this. There is a panel to cover this up. You can open it up, drop things in here, remove things right out the side of the coach without having to go through with your nasty garbage, you know. Just makes it an easy way to get the garbage out, keep it in a separate place from everything else. Nice little bonus that they've got there. Love the full body paint. It's all gel coated, easy to take care of, and this is like a masterpiece finish. You don't feel the lines in between each layer of paint. All right, on our axles here, these are Goodyear tires. They're American made. They're H-rated. When you get a fifth wheel this heavy, this is what you want. This way it's overrated for the coach itself. You can load it up, no problem at all. Don't have to worry about a blowout, overheating, or anything like that. You can also, one thing that you can't see here is the brakes themselves. Now, these brakes are disc brakes, and that is a huge step up from the drum brakes that normally come on these fifth wheels. The disc brakes will help slow you down better, of course, less heat generated, and will last longer and are easier to service. So if you do have to get the pads replaced, much less expense there in getting that done. All right, so what we've got down here, the sewer hookup, this is an macerator system. So the nice thing about it, it's like a pump that's going to pump out your sewage. You know, every now and then you have one of those cases where you're at and I've been in this situation before, you're in an RV park and your sewer hookup is actually higher than the side of the coach where it drains here. And so gravity doesn't work real well in that particular scenario. But with a macerator pump, you can pump it 25 feet away with a 25-foot hose that comes with it. You can extend that further if you need to, if you're going to take it home. Let's say you have a clean out on the side of the house, and you want to be able to pump it out all the way over to the side of the house to dump your system when you get back to the house, then that's what this is great for. It also will pump, like I say, uphill, long distances, and if you happen to have a neighbor that you don't like so much, you can squirt down the side of their coach before you leave. You didn't hear that here. All right, on-demand hot water heater. So you have unlimited hot water, and the nice thing about that, you know, this thing does not come on until you're actually using it. Now it does use propane, you know, in order to achieve that quick recovery and everything, but unlimited hot water, I mean, in a RV, that's fantastic. You've also got a black tank flush located on the side of the coach here. So after you get done using the macerator pump and you get everything out, you can leave that valve open and flush out your black tank and get all the particles out of there, make sure there's no toilet paper or anything remaining inside the actual tank itself. And then, of course, shut that off and then close the black tank valve, put your chemical back in there. All right, we're going to move up here now. Up here in the storage area, and of course, this is well insulated. There's also a duct up here that you can't see that's heating this area. So whenever you have the furnace on, this whole area is heated. You don't have to worry about anything freezing here if you're storing some water or something like that. Speaking of storage, nice little area here to gain access to your hydraulic system. You can check the level here. You know, you've got your hydraulic jacks and also for your slide outs. You want to check that periodically and make sure that level's not getting low. And here's the motor, so you can access that in case there's some kind of problem with the mechanical side of it. Maniblock system. So what this does, this is a water pressure regulator. It'll automatically regulate that water pressure if you have in one of those campsites. It's got the really high water pressure to keep it from damaging your plumbing and everything. And speaking of plumbing, if you're in a situation where, let's say, the cold side of the kitchen sink starts to drip water, and or it's leaking really bad, and you want to be able to shut that off and finish up your camping trip and not have it interrupted or anything, you can actually go in and individually shut off that particular side of each faucet, whether it's the hot side of the shower, or cold side of the sink in the kitchen or anything. And you could shut those off individually, finish up your trip, and then get it repaired when you get back home. Pretty nice. All right, behind this door, we've got the automatic leveling system. There's a control panel back here for that. It's out of the weather, which is nice. And you can actually set the height on this so that when you're disconnecting your truck and you're ready to back up and hook back up to it, it'll come back to the same height that you programmed it. And of course, one of the great things about these automatic leveling systems is that button, auto level. It will automatically level itself out. You can be moving on to something else and getting ready to put your slides out, hook up your water, other things that you need to do besides leveling the coach manually, like done for so many years. Now, in here, we've got this system, which is really nice. The diagram shows how you can winterize your fresh water tank, sanitize the lines, hook up to city water, do your dry camping, and power fill your tank. Now, all you have to do is mimic the setup of these particular handles to the diagram here, and it does those particular functions. Really nice bonus to have. There's no guesswork there. You've also got a battery disconnect here, so when you do have it in storage, you can kill the battery completely. There's no parasitic loss of power. Your satellite connections here. Also, you've got this is your outside shower for hot and cold running water right there. Your city water hookup is right here, and this is also another flush valve. So you've got two flush valves on this. You've got two grays and one black tank. Of course, that's going to double your capacity on your gray, is to have two tanks like this. You've got one for the kitchen area and one for the bathroom. So that's a nice feature there. The inverter on this thing. All right, so this is great when you run down the road. You've got that residential refrigerator we're going to be looking at here in a minute. And as long as your truck's running, it's charging the battery on, and we'll show that battery compartment here in just a second. It's charging the battery on here, so you have an indefinite amount of time that you can run down the road, charge the battery, run your refrigerator off of that, and if the power goes out, you've also got a good bit of time before you have to worry about your food spoiling or anything like that, with the refrigerator cutting off. So now we'll look at the battery compartment over here. Now we got one battery that comes along with it. If you were going to do a bunch of dry camping and you want to add some additional batteries, as you can see, you've got battery tray, you can slide it out, easily maintain your batteries, check your water level, and you may decide to upgrade to some AGM batteries where you don't have to do that. But it's nice to have this tray where you can slide it out, pick up your batteries, get them off of there, make it easy to hook up and disconnect them. So a nice little benefit there too. All right, going inside the coach, it's a good time to talk about the way this thing's constructed. Now you can go on to the Forest River Riverstone website, you look at one of our brochures, it'll have a peel away of what is in this wall. I'll just briefly tell you about it. This is a hung wall construction. So you have aluminum studs in the wall. That's a much better way of carrying the weight of this coach. It's stronger. The roof, the weight of it comes straight down onto the frame. It also allows them to, and we're talking about hung wall, this is built like a house. So instead of it being a laminated panel, which is all built at one time, where your wiring and everything is all sealed into the wall, God forbid you have a problem with wiring on here, they could actually pull another wire through this wall because it's like a house. The wiring actually travels through the holes drilled in those studs in the wall, and you can pull in fresh wire through there if you did have some kind of short. But you've got fiberglass batten insulation in the wall. They had to put that in by hand, and that's why this thing is a little bit more expensive than like the Cedar Creek, which is set down from this. And when you step up to the Riverstone, this is over 3 inches thick. This is full of insulation. So you can imagine how great this is during the summertime and the wintertime when you're trying to keep it well insulated and keep it quiet at the campground as well. Now, one of the benefits of these windows in adding to that insulation factor, you've got dual pane windows, they're argon filled, and they're also 85% tin. And that's going to keep the heat, that summertime heat from causing a problem of wear and tear on your furniture, and keep the heat out as well. Now, before we get away from this door, I want to talk about this nice camera up here. So you do have this fourth camera that's on the coach. And for security purposes, you can see who's down here knocking at your door. You hear a noise down the patio, you can look before you open the door. What a great benefit that is, you know? Now, let's go up to the front bathroom here and have a look around. Now that we're in the bathroom, you can see the cabinets here and the drawers, all real wood. Soft closed drawers, hidden hinges, you've got a hamper down there. And when you go over here to the shower area, then you've got a nice seat down there where the ladies can shave their legs. The shower head is adjustable on its height. It's a massage shower head, and then you've got the skylight above to give you some additional light and headroom as well. Now over here on your countertop, you have two sinks, his and hers, and this is all solid surface countertop and a seamless bowl. You've got some nice drawers, nice storage down here at the bottom, plenty of room to put your stuff and store it away during your camping trip. All right, we've got a porcelain toilet here. Makes it very comfortable, easy to keep clean. And we go in the storage closet, you got a place for shoes. It's cedar lined on the back, lots of hang-up space. You've got your Dyson vacuum system there. A lot better than having a central vac. You don't have to worry about cleaning out a bag and all that. You've got the Wi-Fi router and booster there. Pick up your campground Wi-Fi and boost it. It also acts as a router, like I said. Now, down at the bottom, you've got another hamper for clothes. So you can take the clothes out of the other hamper, put them in this hamper for additional storage. And this closet just keeps on going. Look at all the storage you have in here for hang-up clothes, put your shoes, lots and lots of space to do that with. Right over here, we've got your 110 outlets. You've got some USB chargers here too, so this is great for your cell phone at night. And if you had a CPAP or something like that, you've got plenty of storage on either side of the bed. You've got your 110 outlets for that. This is your solar charger. So it's got solar panels on the roof. Keep that battery charged while it's in storage. Or if you're doing some dry camping, you know, it's a great way to keep the battery charged as well. All right, so above us, you know, we've got your sensor here for the, this is the front zone, the bedroom zone, but you have 3 zones that you can individually control for HVAC. So you want the bedroom a little cooler, you can do that. You've got 3 AC units above you, and they're remotely fed. So this is actually the intake for it here, instead of it being right here where the unit is, where it's making noise that you're having to overcome. You know, a lot of times when the compressor comes on, you're having to turn the volume of the TV up, you're having to speak over it. You don't have to worry about that here. It's nice and quiet. It's in the background, doesn't make a lot of noise, and it's very efficient, like I say, because your intakes are over here and your exhaust is down the center. So you got good airflow throughout the coach. Now the bed itself, I believe this is a Tempur-Pedic mattress, very thick, very comfortable. You have storage below, and it's a king-size bed. Over here we've got lots of storage. We've got some here, we've got your drawers. Great for storage of socks and underwear, stuff like that. Nice to have an additional fireplace up here as a source of heat, and just for the looks of it, the ambiance it provides, man, this is great. And right now, of course, we don't have the heat on, but you can actually control the heat. And during the wintertime, as well insulated as this is, both your fireplaces going, it's going to be rare. You might have to cut that the heating system on, you know, which runs off the propane, those 2 40-gallon tanks we saw earlier. A nice big TV here. You've got your day-night roller shades, so easy to run these up and down, and then your blackout shade at night, or if you want to sleep in. All right, over here on this side of the bed, once again, we've got the 110 outlets. You've got your USB ports here for your phone charging of iPads, things like that. Nice light switch here, and you have one on each side, so if you're wanting to read a book at night, you can do that. Storage beside the bed. And then there's a nice storage area right here. Now, you can't really see down in here, but this is pretty deep. There's also a hanging net bag right here for even more clothes. So that's 3 places we can put our dirty clothes in here. All right, so let's go on down to the half bath and have a look at that now. All right, now we're in the half bath. And as you can see, you've got a lot more storage in here. And you have a stack washer dryer unit. Of course, you can wash one load and dry another. That's the benefit of that. And then you've got your intake down below there for the heating system. Lots of storage on the side of the sink there. Plenty of place to put things. Nice big half bath. All right, now as we move into the kitchen, look at this beautiful ornate ceiling up here. What a nice accent that is to have. And once again, we see the remote intakes for the air conditioning unit, the vents and everything here. Nice lighting, a couple of pendants hanging down, give you some additional light. And then if you look around this kitchen, I mean, what a nice countertop this is. Solid surface countertop. Once again, here's the garbage that we talked about on the outside of the coach earlier. Just drop things down in here. You can take it right outside the coach. You don't have to have a garbage can out here in the way. And then for a sink, they give us 2 different sizes, which is great. You know, you've got plenty of room to put your dishes here, rinse them, wash them, that kind of thing. But the nice thing is you don't have to do that in this coach. Look what you've got down here. A dishwasher. How fancy is that? Back over here for the stove, 4-burner cooktop. Now you can tell these are different BTUs here as well. So if you just have something you want to keep warm, you've got the smaller one, you've got the larger ones over here. Most of them only have a 3-burner cooktop. It's not as nice as this is. This will be easy to keep clean. This is a solid surface here, so it'd be easy to wipe out anything that gets spilled over while you're cooking. This is a convection microwave, so you actually have 2 different ovens. Lots of storage. Once again, the hidden hinges that you see on the cabinets. Plenty of counter space going around this way. You've got lots of outlets. I like the backsplash as well. Nice drawer for storage. Residential refrigerator. Ice maker below down in the freezer. Lots of storage above. Once again with the hidden hinges. And look at this pantry. You've got slide out drawers here, all the way down. Lots of place to put boxes and cans, things like that. So now we're going to move over here to the dinette and the office. All right, as far as the dining area goes, this is nice. It's out of the way. It's not in the way when you want to travel. If you were to have the slides in and everything and need to get around over to the refrigerator, you can do that because the dining set is not in the way of that taking place in that path. Now you can extend this out and add an additional leaf in here. There are 2 more chairs that are up underneath the master bedroom, underneath the bed in there, that you can add to this for additional guests. Now as we move over here to the desk area, and you can see you've got plenty of USB charge ports, 110 outlet. There's even one below this. There's an access point here. So if you have a laptop you want to put here, any kind of equipment, you can plug it in below and hide the wiring. And you also have lots of storage all the way around, lots of drawers. Underneath, speaking of storage, underneath all these chairs, you can lift these up, put additional items under there. So lots of storage everywhere. So now let's move over to the living area. And as far as our entertainment center goes, nice large TV. This is on an arm, so you can pivot around to any point of the room you want to. You've got a Bose soundbar here. You've got a DVD player. This is all Bluetooth capable as well. So if you want to broadcast Pandora, something, Spotify, whatever, you can do that. Music you've got on your phone or on your tablet. Under here, you've got all your HDMI connections and all that, where you can plug in if you have an additional source that you'd like to plug into the TV. It's all right there. Got this nice big fireplace. What an accent that is. Now let's have a look at the seating over here. All right, so what we've got here, 2 nice pieces of furniture. We've got a sleeper sofa. You actually pull the bed out, makes a full-size bed for any guest that you might have to spend the night. And on this side, nice comfortable recliner, lots of features here built into this cup holder. It actually electrically reclines. I've got heat, massage, USB charging. You can hit that button and raise it up for a cup holder. How nice is that? Very comfortable. So if you'd like this coach to be yours, and what better coach there is for full-time, I don't know. But give me a holler. My name is Sean Medley. I'm at Southaven RV. Give us a call at 662-393-9948. We'll talk to you soon.